Oh, wait, hang on.
Holy cow.
That seat can go down.
It goes down?
Dude, yours should go back a little. Can it go back at all?
No.
You guys are sunk, I guess.
Yeah.
We're sunk? Sorry.
All right. Now it's for our next sponsor is Butterfinger. Whoops.
Uh-oh. Yeah.
Butterfingers.
Get out of the car.
Apparently there's a witch buried there that supposedly cursed the whole town. Like, it sounds like scary stories to tell in the dark.
Yeah.
Like, it's literally the same plot. Like, supposedly in the 1800s, there was this woman, and her father paid an Irishman to do something. Like,
you're in trouble.
I don't know what it is. It just said paid the Irishman to make a scene at her place, whatever that means. And then in the process, she dies, right? So they bury her in this graveyard, and the grave plot for the family has chains across it with little all-seeing eyes like the Illuminati. And so now there's a legend that says that at some point the whole town is cursed, and when she comes back or whatever, the town will be doomed, and everyone who ever wronged her. And there's some other way that they're connecting these little eyes, because there were like 12, I could have that wrong. There are 12 amulets or whatever, like attached to these chains.
Yo, this is kind of creeping me out.
Yeah.
No, because of Adrian's nightmare.
What?
So Adrian,
guys,
no, I'm dead
come
serious.
on.
So Adrian's nightmare was that it was like everything was totally normal. We're having a normal day. We go out, we do something, we come home, we go to bed, and we're laying in bed, and suddenly I sit up and I started strangling her. And as I was strangling her, the door flew open and there was some woman standing in the doorway.
This was her dream last night?
Yeah. The one where she woke up and was like, oh!
Was she freaking kidding me?
That's so weird.
This witch isn't in Wattsville.
No, but that's the weird thing is...
But
so
she knows that we're showing up.
These amulets that they have, there were 12 or whatever arbitrary number, but now there are only like 2 or 3. And so they're thinking that that's like a countdown, and so when the last one falls off, that like the chains will fall off and the whole town's going to get sucked down to hell.
Let's steal some of these amulets.
Dude, I'm about to take one.
But what's weird is this whole town, apparently, Hanoverton in general, is supposed to be very, very haunted.
Yeah.
And I didn't know how haunted it was supposed to be prior to this, but apparently people like see crap flying out of stuff all the time.
What is probably the most famous part of Hanoverton as far as ghost stories go?
For us, it was Christina Sloan, the Witch of Hanoverton. That's what drew us here. We went on the tours that they offered for that story, but then we found they had so many other ones also. But yeah, Christina Sloan is what drew us here originally.
Can you tell us about the Christina Sloan story, the legend?
It would seem that there was a woman who lived here. She was young and pretty. Her name was Christina Sloan. She became the object of love for their local pastor in the area. And unfortunately, she was not interested in him, and this was very upsetting for him. So one night, about midnight, he shows up at her house, and they accuse her of being a witch. She's dragged out in the middle of the night and hanged. But before she's hanged, she says that there will come a day when she will rise from the grave. And in that time, she will destroy Hanoverton and all of the ancestors of those who were there, right there, hanging her on that night. So the town took her very seriously, and at that point, after she was buried, her grave was surrounded by chains, and the chains had little talisman on them. And so, of course, I'm sure there's some other, historical thing to it, but when we got up there, there's these talismans. Yeah. It was so awesome. Yeah. And according to the legend, when the last chain falls to the ground, that's when our Christina Sloan will be able to rise from the grave and take her vengeance on Hanoverton.
Yeah. Yeah, do you know have you been up there recently to see if there's anything left?
I have not. I'm going to say it's been about 5 years since I've been up here, so I don't know if there's any left or not. When we were here before, there was only one.
Yeah. When have you investigated then in Hanoverton?
Every single, all of them, and this one too. Yes,
yeah.
Yes. Now, when we first came here, they had we did a tour with them, and they had a little girl that dressed up in this really dark outfit and had white or red eyes, and she would pop up every once in a while during the tour, and it was really awesome. It just really enhanced the tour and made it more spooky at Halloween. And we came back later after the tour was over, and we're up there and we're doing an investigation, and we saw her go from one stone to another. And it was late, and we thought, wow, we know she's just a little girl. What's she doing up here by herself? And of course, it wasn't her. So we spent probably an hour trying to, we went all around looking for whoever might have been up there at the time. Initially, we were looking for her, and then we never did find anybody. So we went back a couple of times after that, hoping to have that happen again, where we watched someone walk from one stone to another, but we never caught that again.
Did the shadow person manifest like off the side of your vision, or was it really plain?
You could see it. That's why I said everybody that saw it, and it was everybody that was facing in this direction, thought it was her, or thought it was that little girl, and we couldn't believe. We thought, oh, she followed us up here, and that is not how it was. So.
Can you actually describe what a shadow person is?
Sure. There are, or so they say, theoretically there are 3 kinds of shadow people. There is a formless dark mass. There is a hooded person. They look like they're wearing a dark hoodie and you can't see their face. And then there's the Hat Man. And so, I have thankfully never had an encounter with the Hat Man. I hear that one is, you walk toward the Hat Man and he'll walk right back toward you. But I have had an experience with a formless dark mask, and I have seen the hooded dark figure before.
Anything else happen during your investigations there?
We did. We got an EVP up there. We had heard later, when we went up in the later years, they discovered that she had, it was very possible that it was another daughter that Mr. Sloan had that had mental disability. And she was buried in an unmarked grave, also in that same area with the chains. So we were trying to work in that area one night, and we got an EVP that said, "It's Christina." And that was really awesome. And I wish I had that one, but that was another one of my crew members. So yeah, that we got that too. That was really pretty cool. We did that, so.
My name is Zach Moore.
What do you do?
I work for History Haunts and Legends tours. We do historical and paranormal tours here in Hanoverton.
What cemetery are we in now?
Grove Hill Cemetery.
There are some stories here, yes?
Yes.
Tell me some.
Where should we start? You've got ghostly lanterns of the old caretaker who used to live on site in the building over there. You've got the story of an alleged witch. You've got an angry Confederate soldier who had to have his body disinterred. You've got the spirit of a patriarch who was stingy with his money and didn't want his kids to have any of it.
Can we talk about the witch?
Sure. Her name was Christina Sloan. Her father was George. George was a very upstanding citizen of Hanoverton at the time. He had no vices. He didn't gamble, he didn't drink, he didn't smoke. The only thing is he could not stay faithful with his wife. During one of these encounters with one of the ladies of the night of the town, he ended up procreating a child named Christina, who was named after his legitimate daughter named Christina.
Oh, that's thoughtful.
Growing up, she was actually abandoned around 17 to 19 years old that we know of, and basically left to fend for herself. Historical aspect goes that one day she approached George in front of the Spread Eagle Tavern and said, "Hey, look, you're my father. I know you're my father, yada, yada, yada." And being the important man of the town that George was, he was very, very embarrassed by it. He had hired a couple of his canal workers to go to her little shack and cause a disturbance, scare her, intimidate her into not approaching him on the streets again. We know that one thing led to another, and she unfortunately was killed during the skirmish. We don't know how, we don't know if she was murdered, if it was an accident. What we do know is that she is actually buried in the cemetery in the family plot, unbeknownst to George Sloan.
Oh.
And she is actually buried in this lovely family plot that's right here.
Yeah.
That used to have chains and medallions and bars and everything all around it.
That lends into the legend.
Yes. They called her a witch and used that as an excuse to basically execute her. She was allegedly hanged up here in the cemetery, thrown in an old pine box, and just dumped in the ground.
Whereabouts in the family plot is she?
Right here in what would be the southeast corner.
Is it Now, have they done any type of like ground penetrating
Yes,
stuff?
a long time ago, they did bring LiDAR up here whenever they were investigating the story and the legend and everything. There is definitely a body right in here where it sinks down.
Oh, right here.
Yep.
Interesting. What happened to all of these
Weathering.
weathering? Where are the medallions?
There, the last one actually fell September of 2019.
So this big open area, where are the headstones?
There are none. However, there are roughly 77 graves down there, 2 of which are marked. That is the pauper's field. Basically, if you didn't have any money, you had a small little service, and then they just put you in an old wooden pine box, dropped you in the ground, and off they went.
As far as activity that happens in this general vicinity of the pauper's field,
More so like what appears to be like lanterns.
it was Zach's face. Yeah. I could tell this wasn't gonna.
What is that?
That's a manure.
It's manure.
That's not manure.
It's just manure.
Oh, there is a pig farm. Mark, he's like, this is why I have my mask. So, as far as spooky things that happen in Pauper's Field, you were saying?
Mostly like what appears to be like lanterns, possibly the caretaker making his round.
Yeah.
We have seen a couple of shadow figures kind of dart a little bit, but
Just along the wood line?
yeah.
As far as the lantern that you've seen, it actually moves about. I mean, is it a pretty wide?
Oh yeah, it'll
range?
actually go all the way up through this tree line.
Yeah.
It'll appear and disappear, then come up through here, go down the road, and then stop where the house is.
Nice. What color is it?
Usually like an off yellow orange.
This happens frequently?
A few and far between.
Okay, so our odds of seeing it tonight are minimal.
Yes.
Yeah, are there weather conditions that correlate to when they're seen?
No. But what I will say, in the almost, I would say, 17 years that I've investigated up here, inclement weather brings them out for whatever reason.
So this is when you do your tours and we walk up this hill, this is the first place that you stop.
These are the lockards. They all go out this way.
Now they're all facing
Yes.
in, which is odd.
Yes. Mr. Lockard was a very religious man to the point of pure audacity. He felt that with everyone facing towards him, come rapture, how everyone who is saved will rise up out of the ground, he will actually be able to see which of his descendants lived by the book. All of his fortune was in the canal. He had all of his money turned into gold bricks. Legend states that he did that because he didn't think his kids could handle having that much money. In today's terms, he would have more money than Jeff Bezos.
Wow. Where are the bricks?
They are either in the chimney in the house, or they are right below your feet.
So what happened here as far as paranormal activity that you had seen?
My wife and I were up here just doing a ghost hunt one night, and we were sitting right here. I was like, wouldn't it be weird if someone was standing behind us? And she just kind of started. She was here, I was here. She just kept reaching around, snapping pictures. And sure enough, in one of the pictures, about 5 minutes later, a very giant shadow man just standing right here. Plain as day, can't deny what it is. I've tried to recreate the photo numerous times, to the point where I actually started offering $100 on the tours to anyone who could recreate it and prove that it's not paranormal.
Right.
So.
And you still have your $100.
Yes. It's my life savings.
All right, so here's what's gonna happen. We're splitting up in 2 teams. Team 1 is going deep into the dark. Into the dark.
Every episode
And then
filming is going to be me solo.
Team 2 is gonna follow up in the rear.
And I have
Team 1 is gonna start at the family headstones.
Yep.
See if we can hear anything. I'm gonna download a ghost app real quick.
What is it? What is a ghost app?
The ghost app allows for you to conjure ghosts.
So it is now 5:41, and it is that dark. I can still kind of see their silhouettes walking along the ridge. We got Mark Matsky here with us.
How's it going?
He is a pastor, so he knows this kind of thing.
I've been in a few cemeteries in my time.
Yeah.
This is true. But not usually for this purpose.
No.
Going over here to this place is the...
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the main area. One of the main areas that are supposedly haunted. Lockhart. So supposedly something came along from behind them here and walked this way towards them. So
And he described it as huge.
yeah. So if he was sitting here, and you got to figure you're just doing like this, so you're kind of doing that kind of a thing.
Yeah.
And then just kind of coming around. So, I don't know if anything's actually going to be back there or not. See, my only thing is when they're talking about that, like if it's flash photography and you do this, if your finger's on something, you're going to cast such a big shadow. Just going around. Yeah, I mean, just when I do this, there's a huge shadow behind us.
Yeah.
And it's just the shadow of this.
Right.
So,
and that's with the blur of the movement of the if
right.
you're doing this, you're gonna get
yeah,
trails.
I don't know about any of that stuff. And you see, they talk about the spook lights.
I don't know where
talk
they
about
were
them.
supposed to be. I thought they were down here.
Well, they're supposed to be down there, and they're supposed to be across the ridge. But if you figure, right now, I'm looking at what's probably traffic, because there's a road right back there.
Yeah.
So you mean to tell me that you're seeing spook lights out this way, and that's not cars driving by?
Yeah, you see a lot of, in between those bushes, or the trees, you see a lot of little flickers of the town and the houses over there and the lights.
Yeah, I think that, to me, would explain it, at least in that direction.
Yeah.
So what did they see down this way?
They have a feeling, and Heather's
You know
playing
what?
around with something.
If I could.
No,
Wait,
can
what-
you explain for
what do you
real? Though,
have?
can you explain to us what you have, what you're doing?
What do you got?
So I have an app just to mess around with, since we didn't bring really anything else. Ghost Tube app, yeah.
That's what I said. I was gonna get the app.
Yeah. So I have a handful, but we're gonna try this one out. It should go through dictionary and give us words if something can tell us anything. Manipulate the app, because the idea is that spirit can manipulate energy. So our tour guide earlier, Zach, hates these things. He thinks that they're worthless. But I think the idea is if spirits can manipulate energy, then they should be able to go through an app and pick out a word. No? Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, great. Yeah, the sky's beautiful.
Okay.
I'll tell you about it
We going in the woods?
No, we're not going in the woods.
Why not?
I'm going in the
You're
woods.
not going in the woods.
Oh my goodness. Where does that go?
That's just the town. That's literally the town right there.
Why is it quiet? Why does it sound like a woods?
I don't know why.
It's fine.
Turn it down.
It's down as far as ghostly wood knock.
Ew. You seen shadow people?
No, for real, there is a way. Oh, dummy. I was like, oh my gosh, I gotta.
Wait, I'm picking up a light on this.
Where?
Right here. Whoa. Wait, do you think it's the reflection?
Yeah.
I don't think so. Look, there's no reflection. But you can see it here. You think it's the infrared reflection?
Where? Oh yeah.
There. You think it's the infrared reflection?
Maybe. It's weird. Walk toward it. Just walk toward it.
You walk toward it.
Yeah, watch it.
Oh wait, where'd it go? Oh. Oh, my ankle. Oh, it's gone.
Wait, what?
Like, in a way, I can totally understand how people get spooked out being up here at night, because it's incredibly dark.
Yeah.
When you're away from the city, and sound carries really well out here too. I mean, there's a pig farm over there.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know, man. I feel like there's a reasonable explanation behind most of what's going on in the cemetery.
Yeah. When you're in a graveyard, I think that it's natural to be occupied with thoughts about your own mortality. So you're thinking about some of those ultimate sort of things. There's a line of thinking, that says that a ghost, for example, like you would potentially see in a graveyard, would be a disembodied spirit of somebody who's died and passed on. And then you have demonic or the evil spirit being a feature of many of those stories, which is very strange in one sense, because as a Christian pastor, my sense of the life and death issues is that upon death, your soul goes to one of two places.
Right.
And the idea that you're kind of stuck in limbo is really kind of foreign to a biblical worldview. On one hand, the idea that there are demons lurking in the dark in a graveyard isn't something that I'm concerned about, because I don't think that's how it works. That's not to say I don't think there are demonic forces, but I think those are more things that you can let into your life by opening yourself up to them by the use of various means. Ouija board probably being the most famous, and other things like the so-called spirit boxes and so forth. When a person does that, then they do, I think, invite spiritual presences into their life that they probably don't have the tools to handle. But the idea that there's demons lurking around and they're just going to try to leap into you and possess you, that's not something that I think a normal person just being out here tonight would have to worry about.
Yeah, see, I'm of the same opinion.
Yeah.
I do think it's interesting, though, Hollywood will usually portray those kind of things. And the one thing that, oddly, I think the vampire genre gets correct is, well, you have to let me in. You have to invite me in. And it's not to say that Satan doesn't go where he isn't wanted. I mean, he kind of makes his business out of doing that, but he can't really influence in that direct way, we would say, unless you're like, hey.
Right.
So that's kind of why, to me, the whole idea of, you go out here, if you've got a spirit box or you got a Ouija board or something. Yeah, Ouija board's Hasbro. Most likely you can get away with that. But, if you're asking pointed questions, you're looking for something, you're not going to contact the spirit of, old Richard or whatever over there, but you'll get something else.
Yeah, you will. And I think there's certainly a case to be made for you're not, like you said, you're not talking to Richard per se, but you could be deceived at first.
Right.
By something, an evil spirit or a demonic force even that portrays itself in a certain way to grab one's attention, to start you down the path of thinking, well, maybe I am now in contact with my loved one, when in fact I'm being deceived and led away from the more core principles of Christian faith anyway. And I think that's always the sensitivity, is that a person becomes fascinated and then obsessed with things that might be called occult. One of my favorite quotes on this subject is by the author C.S. Lewis, who said something to the effect of, when it comes to the demonic or Satan, there's really two mistakes that people make. The first is believing that he doesn't exist at all. And the other mistake is getting so interested that that really becomes your spiritual focus.
Right.
Is the forces of darkness as opposed to the forces of light. And so what he suggested, I think, was sort of a middle ground that treats these things as real and has an appropriate knowledge of them, but it's not fascination that turns into obsession.
Right.
And that can really cloud your judgment.
Here, let's go down there and see if it's there again. That's cool.
If it's not there, that could be super interesting.
Oh yeah, there it is.
Back?
Yeah. Look. Look, I go up.
That's not my reflection.
Oh,
it is. It's just sitting in there.
Hang on, I'm gonna try to walk towards it.
It said don't. Yep, don't. The app just said don't. Go.
What?
My legs just got warm, if that matters.
Hang on, what? The app said don't?
It did, but now it's back to listening.
Wait, what did it say?
Does it record?
No.
Yeah, the
Does
bank,
it?
the memory bank should be there
Okay.
to go back and look at it.
All right, okay.
Where's the light at?
Dude, okay.
Dude, that light's right on here, Heather, and you like walk through it.
Get that out of here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Yeah, it's so bright.
Come down.
Oh, wait.
Keep coming.
Oh, look at this, Seth.
Yeah. It was the infrared.
It's the infrared.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, but what's it bouncing off
We
of?
can debunk
Well,
that
that's
in the
why I was
episode,
trying
though.
to stand in front of those stones to see what it's bouncing.
Oh, you know what? It's this one right here. It's the same one, dude. Yeah.
What's that? We got UFOs, Mark?
Well, look at that. It's in a triangle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're all moving. Yeah. That one's really booking. Yeah, I can hear the plane. I guess that's a plane.
Oh, it's not going up high. It's going this way.
Yeah. Could have fooled me. Where the heck are we?
I don't know.
What do we got, man?
Well, so far, we saw the International Space Station.
What?
And that was a bunch of lights and crap up in the sky.
Yeah.
And then we thought that Seth was a shadow man.
Ooh.
But he wasn't. So the night is done.
The night is done.
Filming has stopped and we're loading up the van. Did you see anything, Heather?
I don't care.
No?
No.
Okay.
Not tonight.
Not tonight.
Apparently the ISS. We saw that.
We saw the
You're like,
ISS.
UFOs. Yeah.
Better right now, as long as that don't go.
So what we did was we set up the GoPro on a headstone on a little tripod. And so this was the field, right?
Right.
Where we're supposed to see all the stuff.
Yeah.
You can see the pig farm and like you'll see the guy kind of going by.
There's also worth pointing out that there are lights up there in the trees
that's
that are
more,
visible.
I don't know if it's highway or what it is. So that was earlier. So now this is, I don't know what point in the night it is. But if you watch in this section over here, you should see something just go whizzing past.
Oh, yeah.
So I don't know.
Can you go frame by frame on this?
You should be able to, yeah.
What's the time? I mean, how long was this recording?
This was recording for like 2 hours.
It's nowhere near where that car.
So then, how fast
that
would
is
that
not,
have been?
Look at this. That's not the car.
That almost looked like 3 lights.
Yeah,
right
but
there.
it's just because I think that's just motion blur.
Oh, just because it's moving.
But
so
it
figure
comes
like the
out
road
of the
was
field.
there, that other car was there. By the time it reaches the top, it's above the trees.
Mm-hmm.
So the only thing when I see it that springs to mind is lens flare.
From what?
Yeah, see, that's the thing.
Since
I would.
not moving.
Well, the lens flare could be coming from us.
Oh yeah, because
We're down this way. We're walking around with a light, so it's possible that someone was pointed toward. But the thing is, that thing moves in a perfect line across the screen, which doesn't really behave like a lens flare to me. I mean, if this is frame by frame, it's like 5 frames.
Okay, so
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
It's on screen for 8 frames.
8 frames.
I don't know what the interval was that this thing was shooting at, because when Aaron and I set this up, we thought we were recording video, but it was actually recording time lapse. So I don't know if it was like taking a shot every second, every 2 seconds.
So, like, when Zach was talking about the spook light that goes around that field, what he was explaining seemed more like what someone would call like an imprint. It starts at that house and then walks around the field and then comes back up the lane in the path that the caretaker would have taken. And that's just a constant thing. It doesn't seem to interact from what I understand. But when you get into like Will of the Wisps and stuff from lore, they'll appear and then you get curious and then you follow it. I think that's part of the whole idea of looking into hauntings or paranormal stuff, is to try to think of all the possible explanations. And then, of course, if you can't figure it out, then that's, I think, some of the more intriguing stuff.
Yeah.
And I've never seen anything like that when I've been there.
Final thoughts.
Final thoughts.
Ann Overton. Haunted, not haunted, explainable, unexplainable.
I mean, there are certain things that we absolutely explained. And the night that we were there wasn't really a lot that happened aside from whatever this is, I suppose.
Yeah.
In my experience, stuff changes every time you're there. So, I mean, I'm not the person to rule things in or out, I suppose.
I also feel like anytime you go looking for anything paranormal, if you've got cameras running, there's less activity.
It would seem like it.
That's my read on it.